Not letting me here. Let me edit it on my phone. My computer is super janky. Okay, I'm gonna give it just a second to edit this / tag you.
Yay. Hi, friends.
Hello, hello. Let us know that you were on if you're watching it live. If you're catching the replay, do a little hashtag replay. And we will get it going. Okay, I got you tagged.
Oh.
And I'm gonna open it and then turn myself down so I can see the comments.
Yay, I'm excited.
Me too. Okay, y'all. Let's just get it going. So today on the rundown with Rinne and Rina. Yeah. I love the beatbox.
Okay, I'm done. Sorry, y'all.
So today we just wanted to talk with y'all a little bit, hey Sarah, about just kind of the mindset that you have to have when you're doing this business, how we stay on track. A lot of times, as everybody knows, all you're seeing on social media is like the highlight reel, right? Like you're seeing the wins and the exciting fun things and whatever, but I'm gonna be so honest with y'all, our lives are very far from perfection. Like it is hot mess express.
Absolutely.
All the time. And I mean, like, I'm very open with people, like one-on-one, but obviously I'm not gonna like put all my issues on blast, and I'm definitely not gonna have a pity party when I'm going through it. So I try to keep a good balance of like keeping it real and still focusing on the positive. So we just wanted to kind of dive into that. I know Corinne is the exact same way. She honestly is probably way better at it than I am. She has like the most bulletproof mind I've ever seen in my life. So we just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about how we keep our minds in a good state and we are able to show up even when it's hard. And just some of those resources that we use. So Corinne, if you want to start sharing, some of how, there's that difference between raw and real, but still having boundaries with not just straight up putting, whatever drama out there.
I mean, a lot of people ask me, like if you're my friend, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't really have to go on social media and tell everybody exactly what's going on in my day-to-day life. I mean, it's just crazy to hear, like, a lot of people will always say to me, like, Corinne, like, you are so happy all the time. Like, how are you so happy? Like, do you not have anything that happens to you? Like, no, like, I have a lot of life happen. But I'm going to tell you guys that from a long time ago, what I've learned is that, it's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with it. And my mom used to say this thing to me when we were little. When we were growing up, it was like, oh my gosh, she might like correct me if I'm wrong, but life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. And I've always lived with that. I've always lived with, what I think about, I bring about. Okay. And I know that I've had a lot of negative things happen to me in my life, but sitting there and moping in like my negative circumstance was not going to fix the negative thing that happened to me. And that's just kind of the mindset that I've always had growing up. That, like, what's the point in being also too, like, there's so many things to be grateful for. And that's another thing too, is, at a young age, I was always big on like gratitude. My parents would always ask us, name 5 things you're thankful for in the morning and in the evening. Like, my parents are very big on that. And I just grew up always, even in the darkest times, always finding light in this situation and always being able to kind of help others find the same way too. I've been hit with a lot of life, and a lot of things have happened, in my life, especially from the age, of 17 to now. my life has been, nothing short but a wild roller coaster. But if I were to look back on it, I'm thankful for all of that. I'm thankful for all those experiences because it brought me to who I am and where I am today. And I could have let a lot of things stop me in life. I could have let, me having a baby young, me being kicked out, of my parents' house at the age of 17, 18. Like, but I knew that, like there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Whether I have to light that match and light it up myself, like I'm going to get through this tunnel and I'm going to be just fine. And if anything, it's just going to make like me stronger. So for me, that's just kind of something, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react, and like what you think about, you bring about. And so I've always tried to stay extremely positive when, horrible things are happening, to have that mindset of, okay, you know what, this awful thing is happening right now, but you know what, let's look about something good that's happening right now. Okay, like my kids just spilled all this, that, and the third. They're like ripping up curtains that someone cut someone's hair. What is something that I can think about right now that is positive? Well, like obviously not positive about the hair cutting, but, just finding different ways to cope with that. And that's what's really helped me is like, if you can't laugh when something horrible is happening to you, you're not my kind of people. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all know me, like, you will catch me laughing like 90% of the time at when like horrible things happen. Besides, I guess if I can't laugh, you know what I mean? I might cry, whatever. Because if I don't laugh, I'll cry. Okay. So, and I think that's something that I've always like grew up with is just kind of having that like positive mindset and staying on track with it. And always, reminding myself what I'm thankful for. And, regardless of, hey, like, this is a horrible, like traumatizing thing happening in my life right now. What do I need to learn from it? And how am I going to come out of this stronger? That's just something for me that has really, really helped me kind of bulletproof at a young age, at the age of 17 when I was kicked out, 18, excuse me. And until now, almost literally a decade later, it'll be a decade next Thursday because your girl's birthday is next.
Oh, turn
It's the queen's birthday next week, but like that is something for me. I had to bulletproof myself literally. How crazy. 10 years ago, I was like, okay, like, you know what? This is going to be hard. But the best thing that's helped me is, and the greatest thing is to always stay positive and to always think happy thoughts. Always remember what you're really, truly grateful for. And laugh at yourself. I don't know. Like, I think that's always helped me is that if like, I don't know. It's just like you can always find humor in everything. I mean, there are certain things you can't really find humor in, but like some things, if you can, have a sixth sense of humor. No, I'm just kidding.
right?
But like,
No, but really.
it.
No, and that's one thing that I love about Corinne and my like relationship is that even when things are super like just straight up effed up and like things are just like the ish has hit the fan and like we're losing it, we can still find like humorous little moments or like laugh at something, or even if you're just like bonding over like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna run this girl over, you know what I mean, like you're bonding over the plotting or
we're plotting half the time. Yeah.
you know what I mean, but like sometimes you just gotta have that like sick sense of humor. But like one thing that you said that I think I try to really go by is it's all about how you react to your situation. And I think it's okay to feel it out and address it. And if you need to take some things off your plate or rearrange some things so that you can just survive, that's normal. I think people will try to suppress, they'll try to push it aside, they'll try to just power through, or act like it's not happening. And like that's something that I used to always do. And I would just like flip the switch. I would only focus on what needed to get done. I would turn off the emotions and have like basically like F off on my forehead because I'm here to survive. And I've just always been really resilient that way. I have had, the world come for my life. Like for the last, 10 years, I've had some very just like traumatic and publicized stuff go down within my family. And it was hard, it was hard dealing with it internally, in-house as your family, but then when it's put on blast and it's publicized and people just keep bringing it up over and over year after year, like it's triggering and it's frustrating. And a lot of times that's the kind of stuff that makes people want to just quit or like go off the grid or go into ghost mode. But for me and my family and what I've been through and the things that I've seen other people go through, like they're still showing up. I have people still counting on me to show up, so I'm going to do it anyway. And the world might keep trying to kick us and bring us down, but like that's just the reality. And so you can either let other people take control of your emotions and control what you're going to do with yourself and how you're going to react, or you can take control of that and just keep it moving. And I won't lie, there are days when, anxiety hits and I'm like, I can't move. Like, I'm just like petrified. I'm so anxious. I can't think straight. Or I'm so depressed. I don't even want to wake up. I'm just tired. I don't want to get out of bed. I have no motivation. I can't even put my finger on why. But instead of just like hiding in bed all day long and like going off the grid and just wallowing in that anxiety, I have to say, what can I better focus my energy on? Am I going to be part of my own solution, or am I just going to let this problem overcome me? And there have been times when I've let things overcome me, and all it does is set me back. It slows me down. It messes with everything from how much I'm able to pour into people, my relationships, my business. There's been times where I've like put everything on the back burner for really no necessary reason. And I had to learn from that and make a comeback. And so just learning from that, it's just all about resilience, and it's you versus your mindset.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it feels like it's you versus the world, but it's really just you versus you, because the world's going to keep happening, but it's about how you're reacting to what's happening around you in your life, personally, from a distance, whatever. But you can't let it just turn you off and like turn off your spirit,
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a huge thing for me too. And I think part of my growth in this has really been those resources, and I have a lot of it like is owed to stepping into this opportunity, because I don't know about you, but I didn't used to read. I didn't used to like really focus on how I can grow and how I can better myself. It's always been like a priority to be the best version of myself, but I didn't always have those resources. What are some of the resources and like things that you use to pour into yourself so that you can pour into other people?
So I knew like I grew up with like that bulletproof like mindset, kind of what I like talked about earlier. And like I've always had like the, life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react, whatever effect. But I always thought I don't need a book. I don't need a book to prove that I'm bomb AF. I don't need a book to tell me I'm cool. Like, I already know I'm cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I've always had that mindset where I'm like, I don't need to pick up a book. And I like how ignorant of a mindset that was, because it wasn't until I joined this industry where self-development was huge. Everyone's all like, go affirm it, go like write your goals out, go speak it into existence. And I'm like,
Manifest.
some like hippie stuff. Do you want me like, are we all gonna hold hands and sing kumbaya? Like, I literally thought like this was just like this whole self-development thing was like so off, like off whatever, until I started doing it, until I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a chance, because what do I have to lose? I can buy a book, I know how to read, Corinne, pick it up, like let's go. So I started out reading books and writing in my journal, and like writing down my affirmations and things that I'm thankful for every single day. And I end the night doing the same thing, and I'm like, wow, Like, what a difference. Not only does it set the tone for me in the morning, like in the morning, I'm like, holy crap, like I'm up, I'm ready to go. I just affirmed myself and I affirmed all my girls' goals and I affirmed what, my children and everything else. Like, let's go. I got to read my chapter. I got to listen to my podcast. Half the time I'll listen to podcasts in the car as well. I mean, if we don't have Cardi B jamming, because the kids are all like, I want to listen to Cardi, but I'm like, no, like I want to listen to my book. And the super cool thing is that there's always golden nuggets every single time I read something. Like any chapter, I find something so different that I'm like, whoa, I needed to hear that at this time, at this moment. This speaks out to me no matter what. Okay. Like I could be going through hell, I could be going through nothing, and I'm like, all good. There's always ways that you can grow and ways that you can improve yourself. Don't always think that you're already like all improved. Like you are not like 100%. If you are, like, I must know who you are. Like I want to get to know you, okay? But like yeah, it ain't possible, so I won't get to know you. But like you're always having to grow yourself every single day. And I love how, I came into that so ignorant, like I'm too good for a book, like I don't need to pick up a book, like I'm too cool. No, I love it. And the best thing I've ever done is pick up a book and read and work on myself, because that is what's really, really, really helped me. It's helped us to lead a big team. It's helped us to lead ourselves. How can we lead a team and how can we lead a tribe and women to financial freedom if we don't even know how to lead ourselves? If we don't even know how to take care of ourselves, how can I take care of anybody else? How can I be a mom? How can I give back to my children? How can I be all those things if I'm not taking care of me and if I'm not growing daily? Nothing else in my life will grow if I'm feeding my mind with weeds instead of seeds. So
Exactly. I was reading that book. It's called How to Make Shit Happen, and I love it because he's so freaking blunt, but he was talking about how like your mind like craves things. Like it craves to be stimulated. And if all you're stimulating it with is, I mean, like, I'll just call myself out, like The Bachelor in Paradise and Keeping Up with the Kardashians and just like whatever trash. Like, yeah, that's all fun and we can all spill the tea and like laugh at it. But if that's all I'm feeding my mind with, like, what is that going to attract me to? How am I going to grow? How am I going to teach other people how to come out of certain situations or mindsets or whatever? Like, I'm not. So I'm responsible for, fueling my mind and fueling my passion and keeping myself stimulated. There's times when like I'll put it on the back burner for a couple of days and I'm like, I got nothing to say. Like I feel so off track. I feel so lost. And I'm like, okay, it's time to go pick up a book. Like that's always my first response is when I'm like, if I don't know what to say, that means I haven't done enough personal development. Isn't that right, Chance?
right.
Right.
It's so true though, because if I can't, I feel like my whole day is off. Like before, I used to sleep in. I used to never like ever pick up a book. I never journaled. I never wrote down like my goals, my like thoughts, anything, because I thought, oh, I'm too good for it. And honestly, I think it scared me because I hated writing my goals out. Why? Because what if I didn't ever hit, like, you know what I mean? Like I was afraid to affirm certain things in my life. And because I felt like I wasn't worthy enough. And with so much self-development and realizing my worth, like I will write out the rooftops, like I will be, like I will be the best mom. Like we will be a 200K team. Like, we will all be millionaires. Like this is all happening. I will affirm those things out loud. Whereas before I didn't, because I was like, am I worthy? I think we all go through that too. And I love how, just picking up a book and realizing, wow, like there's always room for growth every single day, and growing myself and growing my mind is so crucial. I am sorry, y'all. He's normally never awake during these.
He's hyping you up. He's here for it. He's like, preach, mom.
Yeah.
Mommy.
Yeah, mommy's spilling the tea.
but it's definitely, oh, thank you. It's definitely something that I love doing. And I always preach to my girls, and like what Serena and I have preached to each other every time, like we're always, you know, we'll have our moment of like, okay, like who do I need to hit with a car? But like, other than that, like, no, like what can we do to help one another? What can we do to pour into one another? And I love that, because that's just what this business is about, is all of us filling each other's cups.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I love him. No, I agree completely. And I think it also just brings a whole other level of like accountability for me. When I know like I have people to show up for, I know I have to take care of myself. I have to be able to pour into them. And I can't do that if I'm not taking care of myself. So if that means I need to, you know, take a couple things off my schedule, or like rest, or make sure I'm getting my workouts in, or whatever, like self-care stuff, I think that's another big part of it, is just continuing to take care of myself holistically. I think that feeds into like your mindset as well, because when you feel like crap, if you look like crap, if you're just not giving yourself what you need, that's another thing that's going to make it hard to show up. And so I don't know, I've never had a place of work where it's been pretty much a work task to make myself a priority and to make sure that I'm good so that I can be good for other people. And I think that's a huge, huge blessing. And that's another, you know, reason why I love where we're at, is because like that has been taught to be made a priority for your day, you know, grow in your relationship with God, you know, grow spiritually, go to the gym, move your body, go on a walk.
Grow as a mom.
Yeah, like do all the things where you're growing in a holistic way, and not just, you know, it's not just like, okay, read a book and then get to work. Like, no, like take care of yourself. That's a huge part of this. And
I mean,
one of the biggest blessings,
I think a lot of people think, oh, like you guys just sit on your phones all day, or do you guys really, you know, do like, what do you guys really do? And I'm going to be honest, for me, like the best part about it is like how crazy that once we started really growing our minds, our business and our life grew in the process without us even realizing it. We didn't
exactly.
even realize. I mean, I'm not joking. The second we really, really dug into working and taking care of ourselves and teaching our girls to do the same, we turn around and everything's going crazy. Like it's like popping like daisies. I'm not sure what he's saying. So
He's like, let me tell him, Mom, I got this.
saying things and I don't know.
I love it. But no, I 100% agree. I think it's just a huge, huge blessing to really be taught how to make yourself a priority, how to grow in yourself. It's not just like, okay, go fix yourself and get to work. Like, no, they give you the tools, they give you the resources. I do a devotional every morning. I like journal about it. I pray on it. I listen to, you know, either a podcast or a book or something valuable while I'm getting ready, sometimes while I'm driving. I'm like you though, I like to like get a little ratchet on the road. So I have to, you know, prioritize what I'm listening to and when. But no, I don't know. I just think it's such a huge, huge benefit to have in our line of work, making yourself a priority and taking care of your mind, your body, your soul. You have that support, you have those resources. And like that's really where all this growth comes from, is starting with that. And you don't see that anywhere else.
You're right. No, you really don't. And the super cool part is like what corporate America job ever told me, hey, Corinne, like, go pick up a book and work on yourself. Go take care of yourself, you know?
Yeah, no, I would never see that. It's just crazy. And like, and I feel like with, you know, whatever, like normal jobs, or like jobs where I've worked in the past, I would work so hard. I would put so much energy into it. I would pour so much of myself into it. I would just live to please everyone around me and provide the best service that I could. And it would drain the life out of me. And I would put myself on the back burner. I wasn't hitting any workouts. I wasn't eating well. I was tired all the time. I was drained. I was unmotivated. I would gain weight. I would have no energy. And it's because you're not encouraged to do that. You're not given the time to do that in a normal 9 to 5 or whatever your hours are. And it's just
you're not taught how to do that. You're not taught how to bulletproof your mindset, and you're not taught how, you know, to sit down and take time for you, you know?
right. And you're not taught how to even like better yourself as a worker. Like I can tell you right now, I have grown immensely in my time management skills, my leadership skills, all of these things that, you know, help me be successful in the business side. That I'm like, well, dang, if I had known this, or if I had this kind of work, you know, or learned this kind of stuff, or had these kinds of trainings in my other jobs, like imagine what that would have done for the department. Imagine how I could have succeeded. Exactly, but you're not given those kind of tools probably 99% of the time with, you know, a corporate job. And that's, you know, fine. Some people function great. I think everybody has a purpose, and I think anyone can do this, but I don't think it's necessarily for everyone. But I'm so appreciative of just how it's helped me step into genuinely taking care of myself in a holistic way. But yeah, I don't know. That's really what it's come down to, is just growing in your mindset, growing in your self-care, and then teaching other people how to do the same, and, you know, holding yourself accountable, taking responsibility for how you react to whatever life throws at you.
So life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. I just grew up with that, like all the time, you know. I would say, I'm having a horrible day. And my mom used to always say to me, well, you're not having a horrible day. You're choosing to have a horrible day. Like from a young age, my mom said that to me when we were little, you know, and that just kind of, that always resonated with me, as in like, anytime I'm having a bad day, I'm like, okay, Corinne, like you're choosing to feel this way.
Yep. I know that's so funny that you said that, because I had the same kind of upbringing. You know, I would be like, you know, my sisters, they make me so mad. And my dad would be like, you're letting them control you. And that would make me more mad.
You're letting
But
them
he'd be like, you're choosing to let them control how you're acting. Like you're giving them control of your emotions. And I was like, oh, the audacity, like what? But like, he's right. Like, it's all about how you react, and like you're allowed to react, you know, in a certain way, and you can, you know, choose how you react, but the point is that you choose it. And you can feel however you want to feel. Like you could be absolutely devastated, but how are you going to react is the biggest thing. Like feel what you need to feel. I'm not saying like, oh, just slap a smile on and keep it moving, but you choose how you react, and you choose your actions and your behavior.
We're not unicorns.
Right.
You know, I think people think we are just like these rainbow sparkled glittery unicorns. We aren't. We're human beings. We just know how to look at the positive side and how to just control certain emotions, you know?
Yeah. It's all about like self-control and mindset. I'll say that over and over again, but it is like, it's how you are up here and what you're doing to feed that, and just realizing that it's a choice, you know, how you react is a choice. I love him. Send him to come play with my hair. You gonna come do my hair?
No.
No.
Mommy.
Mommy's hair. You're so nice. He's so
So,
stinky.
yeah. Well, y'all, that's the tea.
That
That
is the tea. That's the rundown, y'all. That's all I got for you.
is down for Rinne and Rina today.
That's it. But
And we love you guys, and we hope that this helps, because so many times people are like, dang, like a lot of people don't know how to control their day-to-day life, their day-to-day emotions. And like, how can we be better? How can we do better? And like, y'all, self-development is so key. Podcasts are key, books are key. And just remember, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. So make sure when you're reacting, like, you know,
you're aware. Be self-aware. Put in the work. And yeah, just keep growing and flowing, y'all. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for those who tuned in. If y'all have any, questions or ever need to reach out about anything, let us know. If y'all have other things that you would like us to touch on, drop some topics in the comments, and we will see y'all next time.
next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.